So guys, we have a coach now. Jerry just hired Jason Garrett. I've been waiting all week for this to come down, and I've been thinking in my mind there's no logical way that if you look at wins and losses, and if you look at what happened in the first part of the season, the second half of the season, there's no logical way that Garrett should be fired for his performance. However, for some reason, I am not excited in any way whatsoever. I came into this season with my foot on the brakes, saying I think we need to hold off a little bit, and next year I think I'm going to be the same type way, hoping for the best, hoping that things are going to be done for the best. But the part that's disheartening about the whole thing, if Jason Garrett had came in, say after Parcells, when Wade came in, I think I would be behind that a whole lot more. A whole lot more than I am at this moment, simply because that team was ready. That team had all the parts in place to make Super Bowl runs. You know what I'm saying? It was done. It was put together by Parcells, and it was a pretty dad blasted good football team. And Wade got it, and Wade couldn't close, and which people told us, but Wade couldn't close. But the thing that's disheartening about this whole thing is now the way it is being reported on television, and the way it's being looked at throughout the entire Cowboy Nation, is that the entire thing was Wade's fault. And now Wade's gone, we're going to be better. And that is just a horrible way of thinking. It's a horrible way of thinking. It's the way we've been doing things in Dallas for a long time. We find someone to blame, and then we put everything on that person, and as long as we come back different, we'll be better. They did it to T.O. Then last year, Flozell, and this year is Wade. Every year we do. We send people out of Dallas talking mad trash about how bad they are, and then we in turn get worse, and have been getting worse. So we'll see what happens next year with Garrett. But again, the most disheartening thing of all of this is the fact that Jason Garrett really wasn't named coach. Jerry Jones really named himself coach. And I have a feeling that we're going to go through what we went through the last time with Jerry Jones. And it was excruciating. It was the worst part of my life. After the Jimmy Johnson years, after Barry won that last Super Bowl, and we had kept trying to get back. Every year was a different spin on us trying to get back. Oh, we get a tight end, we'll be back. We get a receiver on the other side of Urban, we'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back. Every year was a little tinker here and there, and we'll be back. Add another big name, couple of big name free agents, and we'll be back. And that's just not how football works. It works from the inside. It works from the field out, and I just don't see that focus coming from the ownership and general manager. So it really doesn't give Jason Garrett a fair chance in the first place. He said we want to come out and hit the ground running next year. If Jason Garrett doesn't make the playoffs, or get close to the playoffs, or doesn't show strong in every game, or whatever, doesn't perform on a high level, people are going to want him out of Dallas, because it's not that big of a hoopla right now with him being hired. So it's just a big job that's going on right now. It's a big job right now, head coach. And general manager. They've got a lot to do. They've got to get an offensive line fixed, because your franchise quarterback has already got a fractured clavicle, and you're going to put him behind a shaky offensive line for next season, and teams know they can get to him. So what they're going to do, they're going to blitz harder next year every time they see that star on their schedule. So you got to make sure that that's going to be able to protect Romo, because you see, without Romo, we really don't have a chance. We were 1-7 with him, but without him, we still, we won games, but we still didn't have a chance. And on the defensive side of the ball, we have deteriorated terribly, terribly. So now we've got to get some sort of defensive mind inside that runs the 3-4 because we're locked into a 3-4. So we've got to get some kind of defensive mind in there to fix that side of the ball. And that's the hardest thing in football. Building a defense, offense is easier. Defense, that's tough. Pounding, game controlling defense, that's tough. That's tough. But we got to find that in a year, in a few months, in a draft that's coming up. Hope I'm wrong. I hope Jerry's right. Holla.